Right. So this is a JIRA cloud version, whichever I have taken here, because this is, of course, we have trial version for JIRA, fortunate enough. So in this JIRA software, normally whenever we work on real environment, let me tell you the difference first. So whenever we are working on the JIRA software in terms of training, when you are comparing this with the live environment, there are some differences you will be finding. The difference is whenever we are working on the real world, normally whenever we work, whatever the JIRA we do, it's a customized version. Okay. Because JIRA is only for project management and bug tracking we use for. But apart from that, we may be required. Organizations depends on their need. They may be required. Confluence will be used for document collaboration. They may be using JIFR or some other tools for test management, etc. So different tools can be integrated with JIRA. Even some organizations, they connect JIRA with ServiceNow so that they can raise the tickets, they can manage the tickets, all that, right? So all these things can be done. So this is all happens in the real world. Whenever we are working on the real environment, real application, we work on that. But whenever we see this in terms of training and all, as whatever the software are we using, JIRA, whatever is required, so we have to create on our own, right? There is no separate tool which will be customized and give it to you, right? So everything we have to connect with and we have to use. That is the difference we need to use. Now here I'm selecting a Scrum one. Let's get back to that. This is where Scrum was. Scrum project. Normally, whenever we are working on the project of Scrum, especially the projects will be of two different types. One is team managed, the second is company managed. You can mute yourself, Mahavij. It's better, please. Thank you. So one is team managed and second is company managed. Team managed means very limited number of people, maybe a single team will work on that. But whereas company managed project means multiple projects, multiple team members will be involved. We require some administrator who has to authenticate, authorize, provide permissions, filters, workflows, etc. I'm just taking some company manager project as separate. Now, can I tell you what exactly your project was? What's your name of the project? Name of the project.
It's related to banking.
Can you name the
banking.
project name, please?
Just a moment. Just a moment, I'm just checking.
Hello, Raj. Yeah, it is custom loan management software development.
Custom loan management, right?
Yeah.
So loan management application, right?
Yeah.
Loan management system. Okay. Right. So this is what the project was. So create project. Now, whenever we are creating a project for loan management system, first of all, there is a timeline where we have to update Just give me a minute. Yeah. So there is a timeline which will be given. At the same time, whatever the user stories or tasks, what is that we write, everything will be there in the backlog. So some organizations, some teams, they don't use timeline because some people uses timeline, some people they don't use timeline. Whatever the user stories and all, they directly they will write the user stories and they will store in the backlog. This depends on the decision of the team to team, it will vary. But if you have timeline, so that we will be knowing about the exact picture, right? Otherwise, we have other tools called roadmonk, etc. So where we can prepare timelines and all everything as separate. This is one thing. Now, if you want to create epics and user stories, especially on JIRA, using JIRA and all, the very first thing, what is that we have to do? First of all, we have to create epics. Now, can anyone, both of you, right? So can you tell me what was the large scale of solution we want to develop for loan management system? Can you tell me like at least 3 to 4 large scale of solutions? Because epic is what we have to create. Because there are some jargons you need to know. Of course, you are working, but you should know it first. First of all, epic nothing but large scale of solution, whatever we are going to develop. This is what we call it as epic. Now, when we talk about user story, nothing but a short description of requirement means whatever the requirements we are developing. I am talking about whatever the functionalities I mean to say. So those will be written in a shorter format. That's what generally we call it as user story stands for. Product backlog anyway, the list of repositories we store in the backlog anyway, you know it. Now, the first thing what is that we have to do? First of all, we have to create a couple of large scale of solution which team has to develop. So that is the first thing which being a business analyst we have to do, because and this information will be shared with the development team, so that subsequently they'll write coding, testing, all that will be done by them. So for that, first we have to select what are the epics which are required for us to develop for loan management system. Can anyone tell me what could be the couple of large scale of solutions for loan management, please? Avish
Yeah,
and
yeah. As a user, I would like to
that is for
sign up.
user story. The whatever you're saying about user story. User stories are the detailed formats. I'm asking you what is the large scale of solution. I'm asking larger solution first. Then that larger solution will be divided into different functionalities.
Yeah.
For that, we can write
So,
user.
so Epic, we can call it as a module, right? Module name.
You can call it as module. One way, yes. Feature or module.
So,
You can call it any way.
so, so you can say it as a user, or you can say it as admin sign up module.
One minute.
Admin sign in. Yeah,
One
admin
minute.
sign in.
1 minute.
Yeah,
Admin,
sign up.
just a second. Sign up, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
sign up.
Next.
Sign in.
How different sign up from sign in?
Sign up means it's basically a registration.
Okay.
It's a user is registering.
Okay.
Sign in means we are using our credentials and we are navigating on a dashboard.
Then don't you think that sign in process is a part of sign up then? Why do we require to prepare that as separate then?
Okay, okay. So, acha, under
Because
that,
sign
then
up,
user stories can be
part of that sign in.
okay.
Sign in will be a part of
Yeah.
sign up then.
Okay. So first will be then the dashboard.
Sorry?
Dashboard, user dashboard or admin dashboard. Yeah,
User dashboard, huh?
yeah.
Automated creation of loan applications.
Okay, next.
Automated
Then
creation of loan application.
again it's module like the data which can be personal data of the, you can say the data which the user inputs for the people who visit the bank. So we can call it as, in simple word, personal personal data, or users personal
Automated
information.
creation of automated creation and submission of loan application and contract.
Sorry?
Automated creation and submission of loan application and contract.
Auto submission. I'm writing it as auto submission.
Okay. Then dashboard with real-time updates.
Real-time
Okay, dashboard is
updates.
all.
Real-time
Real-time
updates
updates.
you will be seeing in dashboard, right?
Yeah.
You don't require.
Debt collection process.
Sorry?
Debt collection process.
Collection.
Yeah, collection. Yeah, collection we can say.
So
Then
loan generation of loan documents.
Collection process. Loan application.
Loan
Loan applying
applications.
process.
Yeah.
This must be on top.
Reports.
reports. Yeah.
Right.
And one thing, like this, we have this federal and state regulations uh, documentation also we have.
Those are all standards, right? Those are all those are all part of while applying the process.
Okay, so it will all
Okay.
come under process of
Yeah,
applying.
these are all internal things which you need to write as user stories as separate.
So again, loan repayment, or you can say the history.
I
Reports. In reports only you get all the repayment history.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Okay, now the first epic is called sign up. Am I right?
Yeah.
Now, if you want to perform sign up as a process, what are all the functionalities we want to develop?
Registration
First
page.
functionality. What is that we have to do? If you want to sign up,
First we will be registering as a user. So
yeah, tell me, as a user,
as a user, I would like to register. As a user, I would like to register myself.
I would like to register myself
uh, so that I can be navigated. So that I can be navigated.
so that,
I can be navigated
okay,
on dashboard screen.
on,
On dashboard screen.
okay,
Uh, within, you can say, some minutes or within some seconds, few seconds.
okay.
No,
Fine. Now, here, is it done or is there anything else apart?
We can mention the benefit also, like
What
what
was
will
that?
happen,
Navigate and dashboard screen. Next.
so that I can apply for loan or something like that.
credit history. What
Is it only for applying for loan or so that I can use whatever is needed?
Yeah.
Credit history or
So that I
6 months.
can, proceed further.
Further. Okay.
Right? So here, let us dissect this user story into three different parts. One is user, second is an action, third is a result. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Right? As a user, what action to be performed? I would like to register myself so that I can be a navigated on dashboard. This is what an action has to be performed. For what purpose? So that I can proceed purpose. This is what the result.
Yeah.
Is it clear? Average and
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Now, one more user story.
Remember me.
As a user, as a user, I would like to just 1 minute. First thing was related to registration. Then the second thing, yeah, first thing was related to registration, and the second thing will be related to navigation on dashboard screen. So we can write it as like, as a user, I would like to register myself so that I can sign in with my credentials.
How different that is from first user story then?
No, it is the same.
First,
Apart from, we can write this one like as a user, there should be a functionality of remember me. Then comes a new user who would like to join as a user. I want login.
credentials.
Is it fine?
Yeah. So
Remember,
this,
remember
this will be
function.
the first system. This will be the first user story, right? So
You
once
are
the
you are doing the
credentials,
sign up process first.
yeah, right,
Once the sign
right,
up process, sign in.
right,
You are logging in. When this login happens, when the sign up process is completed successfully. Am I right?
right.
Yes or no?
Yeah, correct.
Sign up process is to register yourself.
Right.
So one sign up process, what is that required for any customer? They have to log in. For that, what
Login.
is required? Login credentials. Either it can be auto login credentials or you are giving your own info, whatever it is. Right?
Yeah.
So that login
Yes.
credentials are required. Am I right?
Yeah.
Next, anything?
Remember,
It will be related to forget password. We can.
remember.
Do you write forget password as separate then?
Uh, Actually, we write it like for our.
Okay, you tell me.
As a user, I would like to. I would like to click on forget password so that forget password link it maybe or like this link forget password link so that I can uh, so that I can what you can say
So that I can navigate through.
mm,
Enter email
so
ID
that I
link.
can change the password. Yeah.
Okay, now here is a question again. First of all, let's say this is what the user story you have written. Okay. As a user, I would like to register myself so that I can be navigated on dashboard screen so that I can proceed further. Right. This is what the user story you have written. For example,
Correct.
you are a BA, written this user story given to the development team. Now, assume that you both are belongs to development team. Either you may be a tester or a developer, right? End of the day, you are the development team. Here
Yeah.
is my question. Is this user story, whatever you have written, whatever you being given by the business analyst to you, Is this is sufficient for you to proceed further, or do you think this is sufficient, or do you think it is insufficient to
Actually, it is
proceed further?
insufficient. It is insufficient. Validations are required.
It is insufficient. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you want to make it sufficient, what is that we have to do?
Like we have to write, yeah, details and
What does
description
it
is required.
mean?
Validations and all that things, like, yeah, acceptance criteria, correct.
We need to write down the acceptance
Acceptance criteria.
criteria. Now for this, what are the acceptance criteria points?
Uh, we can consider like credentials should be of more than 8 characters, and it should be alphanumeric.
Direct, you are going for password directly?
No. Again, there are just I remembered one, so that I said.
First one, sign up.
First one,
First one.
yeah, sign up without
Should be
like
18 years of age, above 18 years of age.
provide user name and
Provide username. Second.
yeah, provide user last name.
Okay, we'll write on here only. Why unnecessarily writing as separate?
Yeah.
Next.
Provide user contact number. Provide user email ID.
We need to update the compulsory fields. What are those?
Asterisk marks one. So yeah, phone number,
Can be a phone number.
email ID.
It can be email ID. Let us, for example, right? So these are the two things. Next.
Uh, Next is
Create password
yeah,
based on the rule we define. Okay.
yeah,
So this rule will be defined by whatever you have said sometime back was right. But
yeah,
this rule will be defined by the technical team. Okay, because either it can be minimum these many characters, right? So it can be alphanumeric, right? So these rules will be defined by the technical team or people whoever are related and relevant. But here
okay,
creation of password based on the rule as what is to be defined is what we have to mention. Understood? Clear?
yeah,
Avich and Mose. Clear?
yes.
Yeah.
Next. Anything else apart?
Uh, yeah, both of them are mandatory. Like user ID as well as password are mandatory to log in into the application.
Then we'll write down here only. Why unnecessarily writing again?
Okay,
Because the reason why I was mentioned this point, compulsory fields.
right.
Next, what is that we need?
Like OTP is required if user forgets password. So
See, we are doing sign up. Please do remember.
yeah, okay.
We are doing only sign up.
Acha.
Yeah. Not whatever you are saying that comes in login. When you are login, you'll get it.
Valid
Uh,
email ID and mobile number.
That was
yeah,
already
that is
mentioned here.
Okay. Uh-huh. Oh, I missed that.
Compulsory fields are follows. There itself I have mentioned it.
so. User can receive this email this username and password on their emails. No, that
Mm,
is to be. No.
Oh,
That
yeah,
that
I
would.
got it. I got your question, but that's not because we are
Yeah,
creating a sign up page. Okay.
yeah. That would be on the same page also.
Right. So sign up page, acceptance of link to authenticate the validity, acceptance of link to authenticate the validity of sign up process. I think this would be sufficient, right?
So it is related to breadcrumbs, like what we can see at the.
Because a link can be sent even to email ID or mobile.
Yeah. Okay.
I am not mentioning it should be this way. But what is that required here? Acceptance is required. Am I right?
Yeah,
You got
correct.
my point, right? Acceptance of link is what is required. Understood? Clear.
Okay, yeah, I got it.
Acceptance of link has to send to authenticate. Either you are sending an email or we may be sending an OTP password to the registered mobile number. That is different, right? So anything or any one or both can also be used. Clear? Average. Mostly, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Next. Next point.
Next point. Submit and cancel
Submit and
button.
cancel buttons. Understood? Clear?
Yes.
Now, remember one thing. Whenever we write a user story, there are fundamental rules. Usually we follow because everybody is following, then it's a different thing, right? So, but usually whenever we write a user story, there is a discipline that, acceptance criteria when you're writing, there is a discipline, there must be a discipline we have to follow in such a way. Acceptance criteria points should not be more than 4.
Okay.
Understood? Both of you, right?
Yeah.
Of understood or not?
Yes.
So when
It
you
should
are
be like
writing a acceptance criteria, points should not be more than
4.
4.
four.
Okay, that is the rule, fundamental rule we follow. So we have to confine the important points as an acceptance criteria, not everything. Everything we don't write it as an acceptance criteria. Whatever is really important, that has to be known and that has to be written. Understood to
Okay.
you?
If fields are many more, then what to do for that?
You can write down
What?
here. I can see, right? So, for example, all these things you can write as different points, or else you can write it in one line.
Okay.
See, in spite of writing on the second point, can't I make it username as separate, password, phone number, email ID? Can't I do it?
Yeah.
I can do it, right? That's not
Right.
related. That's not required also. Because those are all compulsory fields which people has to follow one by one.
Okay.
You know, you don't need to mention those things are different points. Phone number, email ID, all these are separate, not required because these are mandatory fields. Whatever the mandatory fields, compulsory fields that you are updating in the second number itself, so that you are reducing the number of points. What is that you are mentioning on that? You're clear,
Okay.
both of you, right?
Yes.
Understood or not? Clear,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? So this is what we have written. Now, next one. As a user, I want you to create login credit so that I can use the system. What is that you are going to write?
Yeah. So the first is first. There should be an encryption for the password field. 2 fields. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Correct. submit, cancel.
Yes,
Right.
this is important.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
right on.
yeah,